So it's about 1 a.m. October 21st, and we're pretty close to the election. And I just needed to say this. Everything that's going on, it's I have a question for people, and nobody needs to answer it out loud. But it's something I kind of want everybody to think about in their minds. Who are we as a country? I mean, we've reached this pivotal point where it has to be asked, are we a country that tolerates hatred and bigotry? Will we be the country that turns its back on people? At what point do we allow ourselves? Do we allow the very heart of our country to be corrupted? You know, it's something I've asked myself many times, and something I really don't fully understand with what I see that is happening right now. You know, I know I'm not very old. I know I didn't see the civil rights movement or anything that happened in the 50s or the 60s, or let's be honest, nothing until the 90s, alright? And even then I was only a teenager for the second half of it, so I really couldn't do anything. But April 19th, 1995. Not a lot of people remember that date anymore. I know it's a day I can't forget. I was 12. My birthday had passed just a few days earlier. I wasn't sick that day, but I was home because my foster mother always gave us what she called a free sick day. And I was watching TV. It was a stupid cartoon. And the news flashed on. The entire side of a building was blown out. And there was a firefighter carrying a dead baby. It was unthinkable. I remember thinking I couldn't understand it. I mean, who would do such a thing? It was just too horrible. And then we had the Columbine shooting 4 years later. And then, 2 years after that, we had 9/11. You know, I turned 18 that year. But that day, I sat on the floor and I was just frozen at what I was seeing. I watched as the second plane flew into the tower. And I was watching when they both crashed down. And I threw up. I couldn't take it. And the reason I'm telling you about this is those days are just seared into my mind. The images and the sounds. But there was one thing that I noticed the most. And it was after each one of these tragedies, how we came together, whether it was a community or a state or the entire country. We came together. You know, it's been 15 years since 9/11. And I used to look at everyone and still thought we stood together, but I'm going to be honest, I don't see it anymore. I don't see it anymore. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle we're on. We should be looking at unifying our country. Other countries have looked at us for 200 years now. We've been a beacon. The way we've run our country has been something for them to admire. They've even said it. And yet, can we really say that anymore? Can we say that we're a united people? You know, I often think about the Civil War with everything that's going on right now. And I wonder if there was a young woman like me who who just watched as her countrymen just tore themselves apart. You know, we know the difference between right and wrong. Okay? We know that it is wrong to judge somebody based on their race or their religion or their gender or their sexual preference. It's wrong, and we know it. So why are we doing this? Why are we tearing each other apart? And please don't blame the candidates. I know that, some people are going to blame Hillary Clinton and some people are going to blame Donald Trump. And you may hate Hillary Clinton or you may hate Donald Trump. But you want to know what this election has really shown us? And this is the very truth. This is the very heart of it. The election has shown us that we are not the United States of America anymore. And I'm going to be honest. I want my country back.